And here we are back again, and with me I have Philip Morris. I'm just getting a little water here just in case. I don't want that tickle. Universal Preservation Hall. What is going on? You got a partnership here?
Well, not yet,
Okay.
but we're certainly talking about it. The building is remarkable. It was an 1871
We got a couple of pictures
Methodist
here. Yeah.
church. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful church. And the church was purchased by a Baptist congregation in the 60s, and they were there for 30, 40 years. The congregation is still there, but they lost the capacity to maintain it, and the building slowly deteriorated.
So it's not being used as all for church, or is it?
Actually, it is. What
Okay.
happened about 9 years ago, 8 years ago, was that the Universal Preservation Hall entered an agreement with the church that they would own the building, not the property, though subsequently the church has donated the property to Universal Preservation Hall too. And this
And there's
corporation
one of the pictures there.
would restore the building into a performance facility. They raised about $2.5 million and did a great job dealing with the structural problems. The roof had collapsed. They repaired the roof. They did all kinds of deep, serious
What
things.
a gift to be able to get this preserved.
Yeah, and now it's preserved, but they don't know how to activate it. They don't know how to make it lively.
Enter
So
Philip Morris.
they decided to contact us and say, this is something we might do together.
Well, if you've ever been here at Proctors, it's amazing that there are so many things. What do you have, 1,700 events?
1,738 events last year.
But who's counting?
Yeah, right. We were stunned.
And I'm sure that if you're down here, it seems like every portion of the building is being used, and from the Apostrophe Cafe, which is there all the time, to all the events that are going on. How do you see this, I don't know whether it's a collaboration or a partnership. I don't know what word to use. What word should I use?
Some of it's going to depend on the bit of work we've agreed to go do together. So we went and we raised $32,000 in $2,500 chunks from a lot of people in the community and a lot of organizations, ranging from the support from the Chamber of Saratoga to the coalition that supported Proctor's expansion to be able to manage Cap Rep.
Right.
That was organized
really
by
a
Key
very,
Bank.
very good. It worked out very well.
Worked out very well.
Yeah.
And that group has contributed with one of the
And
shares.
they're flourishing. Yeah.
And for the next 3 months, we'll be investigating by interview and research the program potential in the building, not its physical capacity, because that we can figure out, but what is the community prepared to show up for? Because Saratoga is a very different place than Schenectady.
It absolutely is.
And should there be program in the summer when there's the track, or actually should there not be? I don't know that. And that's what that study is going to look at. And then after that, a feasibility study toward the fundraising necessary to finish the building, because from my point of view, Proctors doesn't want to be doing activity there without it working well and being good looking and being fully functional.
It's got to be ready.
It's got to be ready.
Yeah.
And we're guesstimating at this point that that's about $3 million, and to see if there's the capacity to raise that money. And then once that study's done, we'll sit with that board and decide how do we proceed, not unlike the conversations we are having with the Cap Rep board. We intend a long-term relationship, a permanent relationship, but we also intend to need the local advocacy that comes from people passionate about Cap Rep, and similarly people passionate about Universal Preservation Hall. So it's going to be some kind of structured thing that, if it works, that will be local and also be connected.
And the important thing, I think, is as times are getting tougher with money, and where we're getting it and what kind of grants are available, it's better to work as a partnership.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
There's synergy almost in that as
the
well.
capacity, because some things belong in, just programmatically. Some events could happen here and there because people aren't traveling for everything. They'll travel for, Wicked. They'll travel for a major orchestra. They'll travel for certain things, but some things belong in smaller, more intimate environments and could be in Saratoga and here and Albany. And the more
like
we're able
Mohu,
to talk
that
about,
was a way of doing a lot of different things.
and the more we talk, and the more we're crossing these borders and lines.
We're in this together.
Proctors has had a strategic ambition to be regional, not just because people drive to us, but that we have responsibilities in other parts of the 4 cities and 4 counties that encompass our place.
You're a good community neighbor.
Yeah, we try to be.
Yeah, really. I was not too aware of the Universal Preservation Hall. I mean, I heard of it, but I don't think I never been in there, so I'm going to have to check this out.
Well, it's really lovely. In fact, there's a few really fabulous things. You walk in up the major steps
Like
and you're at a
photo. Tell me,
mid-level.
what are we looking at there?
That's probably an event that they held.
So it's a big place.
In the upstairs. Those were events they held in the sanctuary
Yeah.
area. And when you arrive at a mid-level, almost like a split-level house, and you can go downstairs to what some would call a basement, but it's all above ground, because there actually is a basement. It's a real functional basement. And this first level that you've had to go up for and then back down is a magnificent room all by itself. Great windows, 20-foot ceilings, incredible community space. Then if you continued up the steps and get up to the main sanctuary, which has 3 sides of balcony, not unlike the chapel at Union, it is wonderful. And the stained glass windows are non-religious. They're sort of a globe, of a Gaia kind of symbolism, and they're all pastels.
We're preserving all of that.
All of
yeah,
it. And the pastels are a knockout.
Well, I'm going to have to get up there and check it out.
Yeah. And its location's great. It's 100
Broadway,
feet from
isn't it?
Broadway. It's up the street
right.
a little
I
bit.
think of it like near on Broadway.
But 100 feet up Broadway, so it's definitely a part of the downtown.
Great.
And amazingly enough, Saratoga, for all of its arts reputation and capacity, the arts are at the 2 ends, at Skidmore and at Spac.
Yeah.
And there's not really a
Now
downtown.
you kind of got it in the center,
Yeah.
a little something in the center.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry Teddy wasn't here to be with you today, but we'll
get her back another
We'll get her
time.
around another time. It'll give you a chance to get a double shot
Thank you
here.
very much, Ann.
Philip, always a pleasure
Great
to have
to be
you
on
on.
the
You're
show
doing
as
some
always.
great stuff. Yeah.
Thank you.
Good stuff here.